Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moletrap here once again with Klazart, and we are bringing you Game 2 of probably the most epic Star League finals in recent history. FlaSh versus Jaedong, the ultimate weapon versus the ultimate beast, the ultimate Zerg versus the ultimate Terran. This is going to be, I mean, this has been crazy so far already. Even though I was talking before about how both these players are on top of their game, and both have been playing really, really well and just destroying people left and right, I still was going to give FlaSh the advantage. I still think that he's just been playing so mechanically perfect lately that he has the advantage in this matchup. But here we are with Jaedong taking an early 1-0 lead, just going in with some very, very early harassment, and FlaSh with a little bit of insufficient defense. Just did not have a good position, and Jaedong tore his economy apart, and FlaSh GG'd pretty early, actually realizing that he was way too far behind against a player like Jaedong, and they're covering up the counting, so I can't do the count. Anyway, we're just seeing the alliances pop up. Anyway, yeah, FlaSh versus Jaedong Game 2, and I'm really surprised that we see Jaedong coming up 1-0 instead of FlaSh.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Moletrap. I would have said the same thing, that I would have favored FlaSh take the first game, especially considering the builds both players went. But that just shows you why Jaedong is Jaedong, and why people who discount him are foolish. We've got Jaedong at the top left-hand corner of the map in red at the 11 o'clock position, FlaSh in the bottom right-hand corner of the map at the 5 o'clock position, so cross-map positions for these two players here. And Jaedong has set a marker down. He has fired a warning shot across FlaSh's bow, and FlaSh better wake up, because Jaedong's not going to give him too many chances. Both of these players are going to have to play at their best to come out on top here today. Jaedong doesn't care that history is about to be made. He doesn't care that FlaSh has an opportunity to really etch his name among with the greats. Well, he cares. He cares in that he wants to stop it from happening, because as far as Jaedong is concerned, he should be the one with that opportunity, and FlaSh has snatched it away from him. And Jaedong is like the jealous boyfriend, because if he can't have it, he's not going to let FlaSh have it either. So yeah, I mean, Jaedong just showed us his mastery of Mutalist Micro in that last game. It was beautiful to behold.
Yeah, definitely, and we see FlaSh going for probably a similar build here. He's got his depot out pretty far forward. It's going to be good for defending his expansion. He may even put his racks down there as well to make a nice little wall so he can actually secure that expansion early, instead of doing like he has been and doing a wall kind of back, at the top of his ramp. There he goes. Racks right there. Perfect, beautiful little wall there. It's going to be nice for him to hold off any early pressure. Jaedong is sending out a couple drones. He's going to plant down one as a hatchery. He's going for a normal 12 hatch instead, and sending out another as a drone scout. Now, it's interesting. A lot lately we've been seeing Zergs go for drone scouts because they want to check to see if there's a refinery down for the Terran, because they really need to see if they're going mech or not. FlaSh, incidentally, despite the fact that he actually kind of made mech cool, a couple years ago, 6-8 months before Fantasy did it, FlaSh was doing mech against Jaedong on Katrina, and really making it work. And but he doesn't mech these days, so this drone scout is just basically see what FlaSh is doing. I mean, you really need to keep an eye on FlaSh and see what he's up to. And we are seeing a very, very quick command center right after that first Marine as well. So yeah, probably not going to see mech out of FlaSh this whole series, but Jaedong really is sending that scout out early just to see what's going on, and then a pool after the. Wait, he got the third hatchery down before pool, actually? Wow, which is basically the equivalent of like a 14 CC for Zerg to get that third hatchery down earlier. So Jaedong is actually looking to have an even stronger economy, so it's kind of ironic. FlaSh, who we were talking before about how he would get overconfident and 14 CC against everyone, now we've got Jaedong kind of doing a similar build, but it is actually sort of safe on this map, especially against FlaSh, because you're not expecting FlaSh to go for any kind of rush build, since he hasn't really been doing that much lately.
Yeah, ironically, that was exactly what was Calm's undoing against FlaSh in some of the latter games. Once FlaSh had the lead, he actually decided to go for more pressure builds, which lost him one game, but in the end, it won him the entire matchup as well. It won him game 4. Jaedong's spawning pool just about to complete. FlaSh should be able to tell once he's... I'm not sure if he's actually going to be able to tell exactly what Jaedong's build is. I'm not sure if he's seen that third hatchery or not. Jaedong, I'm sure, has a good idea what FlaSh is up to. I mean, first of all, we all know FlaSh's propensity, and FlaSh with the refinery up. We all know, and his engineering going up as well. We all know FlaSh's propensity for fast expanding and for playing a very expansionistic game. Combine that with the fact that he walled off. I'm sure it's enough of a hint to Jaedong to know exactly what FlaSh is up to. FlaSh putting the academy down meanwhile as well. But I think the 3-hatchery build, I know it's not really been in vogue lately. We've been seeing so many 2-hatch builds and 2-hatch mutas and all the rest of it. But this was a build that was fairly commonly used in Savior's heyday. I mean, Savior used to do this pretty much every match, where he used to go 3-hatch before putting his spawning pool down, and he was virtually unstoppable with it. And especially on a large map like this, especially with cross-map positions, it's exactly ideal for Jaedong to be able to get himself in a strong position. And I'm not sure if it's quite as risque as a 14cc. I think 14cc, you really leave yourself very vulnerable for quite a long time, whereas with this, yeah, whereas I think with the triple hatch build, you're only really vulnerable if your opponent is looking to do something quick early, and in that sort of kind of 25%, I guess, circumstance, you're going to get taken down.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not as risky, but I mean, it's kind of equivalent where you leave yourself vulnerable to a rush because you're not going to have any defense early on, which is why FlaSh kept losing for a season or so there. Anyway, we've actually got Jaedong getting 2 gas mines down already. He's got his 3rd hatchery. He's got his 2nd gas up already. He's already mining from that. Now he's getting his spire. He's going to put some colonies down because he's, I mean, FlaSh knows that he doesn't really have a whole lot right now. And FlaSh actually pushing out with a very small force. He's been really, really focusing on his economy and his tech. FlaSh got his gas up very early as well. He's already researching +1, probably +1 weapons for his Marines, and he's just pushing out with a single medic, a single firebat, and 3 Marines. Just enough to force Jaedong to build a couple sunken colonies, and that's all he really wants to do right now, and it's going to do its job. But when that spire pops, Jaedong is probably going to have a ton of money in the bank. He's going to be able to get his 11 Mutalisks out very early, and may even follow up with even more Mutalisks. We may see him going for some kind of a mass muta build. Or he may just try and do some quick tech. Anyway, so the Spire's about to pop. FlaSh is cross positions, so he's going to have plenty of time to get his defense up. I think that's going to work in FlaSh's favor in this instance, so he can get more turrets up, get his barracks going, get enough Marines out that he's going to be able to hold things off. But we're going to see, I mean, Jaedong just won with some ballsy Mutalisk micro in the first game. We're going to see if he's going to try and do something similar. It's going to be more difficult on this map, though.
I mean, one of the things that I find interesting about that 2-hatch muta build is that it does leave you a little bit more vulnerable transitioning into the mid-game. It really is one of those builds where you have to deal so much heavy damage to your opponent that it doesn't leave you with any other recourse, which is why FlaSh has kind of, once he's perfected the counter to that, and once he survives it, he becomes unkillable, because you're starting off with only 2 hatcheries, so your Mutalisk production rate is going to be slower, and even when you get that 3rd base, as Jaedong did in the last game, you're still on 3 hatcheries with 3 bases, whereas with this sort of build, when you get that 3rd base, you have 4 hatcheries, and those extra 3 larvae make a huge difference going forward, and obviously you have a much stronger economic base to rely on as well, and that is in FlaSh already with the +1 attack upgrade on the Marines. Jaedong strafing in with the Mutalisk, trying to find an avenue of attack. FlaSh saw what Jaedong did to him last time around. I don't think he's going to make the same mistake twice and allow Jaedong in, and I don't think he's going to let Jaedong deal the kind of economic damage that Jaedong did the last time around. But this is going to be absolutely critical here. Jaedong just trying to find an opening. He's just about ready to start probing FlaSh's defenses now. FlaSh has got a single turret up next to his 4 racks. That is enough to usher Jaedong away. He's got some Marines and medics just south of it, and those Marines stim. Jaedong coming in, trying to just snipe a quick SCV, and he's going to try and take that turret down, but FlaSh brings the Marines in and pushes Jaedong out again. So Jaedong just probing for an opening, and I don't think FlaSh has left himself vulnerable. Jaedong already with the 2 Evo chambers down, already teching to hive, very quick tech to hive by Jaedong. He's locked up his front door here, and I think I see red blobs at 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock as well from Jaedong, so we might be seeing island expos here from Jaedong. Because he did get that layer up, he might have research drop. Yes, we are seeing expos here from Jaedong. So Jaedong going crazy, and FlaSh realizing that Jaedong's doing this is trying to counter by sending a large group of medical Marines down to Jaedong's natural expo. But Jaedong's already got 3 sunkens down. He's also going to sunken down just to add his 3rd hatchery there, and an excellent position on top of that cliff. So I don't think FlaSh is going to have enough to break Jaedong down here. But Jaedong looks like he's playing. I mean, we had a 3-player map a couple of seasons ago. I can't remember the name of it, where Zerg players could secure a lot of gas. FlaSh with the 2 starports going down, where Zerg players could secure a lot of gas. And this map seems to be similar in that respect, at least with the strategy that Jaedong's using. Jaedong's already got the hive, and FlaSh is still far away from being able to break that front door down if Jaedong has enough sunkens in place, and it looks like he just might have.
Wow, he is getting more Sunkens down. FlaSh may have kind of missed an opportunity there. Well, the Mutalisks, well, there was only 2 Sunkens. All the Mutalisks were down in the bottom right next to his base. Instead, he's decided to wait for that second army to join up there, and he's actually now camping out outside of Jaedong's base. And this is actually going to be really effective at keeping Jaedong from harassing his base at all, because Jaedong has to stay here. He has to keep his Mutalisks nearby. Otherwise, those Marines will be able to walk right over his well, actually, maybe not. That's a lot of sunken colonies. But, yeah, Jaedong, this is just a crazy play on his part. Going for the very, very quick economy, and now he's getting the Greater Spire! Greater Spire's going down. FlaSh has a very, very small opportunity here to do some damage before Jaedong gets his extra bases, and never mind, Jaedong already has drones at his extra bases. This is crazy. He went for a very quick economy, huge economy early on, and now has gotten drop extremely quickly. He's gotten hive extremely. He's gotten everything extremely quickly, and his early economic build has really paid off, because now he's got all of his tech, basically. He's got a ton of economy. He's got 4 bases. He's gonna have 4 gas, and FlaSh doesn't have a whole lot to stop him. And here, FlaSh, oh no, his Mutalisks are in the back of his base again. Again, he put a perimeter defense, but then didn't have anything really to defend in the back there. Jaedong has decided it's not worth him sticking around behind there with all his Mutalisks, though. He's going to run out there. But FlaSh needs to do something quickly. He is running out of time because Jaedong is just getting his economy going, and FlaSh is just kind of chilling outside of his base. I think with those Mutalisks running around, he's not going to be able to get any reinforcements. No tanks or vessels are going to be able to make their way all the way across the map to meet up with that army. And now we have Guardians morphing outside of FlaSh's natural expansion. Oh my! He's got some raids out, and he's got the raids. He spotted the Greater Spire. Both Calm and Quanro went Greater Spire, went Guardians against FlaSh. Both of them didn't get any Devourers, and both of them got slaughtered by Wraiths, and FlaSh won the game, and we may see a repeat performance here.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say, if you're going to be a Zerg player, FlaSh is not an idiot, and he's going to be scanning your base. He's going to be calm-setting it, so he's going to see that Greater Spire coming long before you can bring it into play. Jaedong now coming in with the Guardians, hammering away at FlaSh's forces. Jaedong realizes that he's not going to be able to support those Guardians because he didn't get any Scourges in play, so he's just trying to absorb the hits. He's managed to get 1 Scourge over there just to kind of dodge. That Scourge gets taken out from dodging by FlaSh, just trying to usher those raids away while Jaedong tries to do as much damage as he can. He's killed a decent number of Marines, but he's going to lose his Guardians, and that was very ineffective by Jaedong. And I have to say, I think that is a schoolboy error by Jaedong. I know that I'm not a pro StarCraft player, but if you're going to go Guardians against a player like FlaSh, you've got to have some Scourges to back those Guardians up. You cannot leave them utterly defenseless. Even if your opponent only has Science Vessels, which FlaSh might very well have gone for if he hadn't scanned. Even in that sort of situation, you still want to be able to take those Science Vessels down as soon as they pop with your Scourges and maximize your Guardian use. And I think Jaedong left himself a little bit vulnerable. Your FlaSh now with a couple of dropships out, and that's exactly what he needs to do, because Jaedong right now is a little bit vulnerable. Jaedong takes out all the raids. There were only 2 or 3 raids there, and Jaedong took all of them out with the Scourges. So Jaedong casting out FlaSh's air superiority there, but FlaSh has got those couple of dropships, and if he can try and take one of those expansions down with the support of the Science Vessels, he might be in a decent position in this game. FlaSh now loading up the dropships. But the problem for Jaedong is that he is stretched a little bit thin, and I don't think he's had an opportunity to get defenses out everywhere. I'm not sure if he's got Sunkens in his 2 expos at the 12 o'clock and 9 o'clock position, but it looks like FlaSh is heading straight for Jaedong's front door. Jaedong with the Scourges out, if he can intercept those dropships, that's going to be huge in this game right now. But FlaSh is dematrixing those dropships. FlaSh with dematrix, FlaSh going straight for Jaedong's main. FlaSh dropping in Jaedong's main. The dropships absorb the Scourge hits. One of the dropships get taken down, but the second dropship survives. Jaedong had a lot of Scourges there. He's managed to get a decent group of medical reads on, and FlaSh has got a massive army outside Jaedong's front door, and looks like he's going to try and ferry more in, and Jaedong is defenseless here. They're out of the Sunkens. One of the Nihilists goes down. FlaSh trying to take the second Nihilist down. He needs to move those runes out of the arrow range of that Sunken. Now Jaedong's tech is completely at FlaSh's mercy. Jaedong coming around from the rear with some Zerglings trying to kill FlaSh off, trying to bring those Zerglings into play to defend his base, and he really needs to do something here quickly because FlaSh is turning this game on its head. Jaedong coming in with a bunch of Zerglings. FlaSh with Marines. FlaSh is to micro building here. Jaedong has a lot of Zerglings trying to get a surround on FlaSh's Marines, but FlaSh with some brilliant micro looks like he's just about going to survive. Jaedong with more Zerglings coming in piecemeal, they're getting taken down. Jaedong loses all the Zerglings. He loses a bunch of Overlords. He's losing more Overlords. FlaSh with that 1 dropship, still D-Matrix, continues to ferry Medic and Marines in there. That Medic and Marine force that he was building outside Jaedong's natural expo for ages. He's managing to finally use it now. That Science Vessel, oh my god, that dropship just gets taken out. So FlaSh will not be able to reinforce that Medic and Marine force anymore, but he's already taken out the Ultralisk Cavern. He's taken out an Evo Chamber. He's killed a ton of drones. He's killed a ton of Zerglings, and Jaedong's economy is taking a hit here, and his tech is taking a hit. Now that Defiler Mount is going to go down as well. That's going to be horrible for Jaedong. He might lose his Hive here as well. Now the Hive coming under fire. Jaedong's got Ultras, so he's managed to get some Ultras out. Maybe he must also cavern somewhere else. Jaedong coming in with Zerglings and Ultras trying to get them, but FlaSh's micro has been Boxer-esque, and could FlaSh have turned this with that? That has to be a Pimpus play, Moltrap. I'm sorry, I could not stop. That has to be a Pimpus play by FlaSh.
Oh my gosh, coming in with 2 defense matrix dropships and keeping that 1 D matrix, and now he's still keeping this squad in the back, just killing everything. This squad is killing everything. He's taking down so many tech buildings. If he takes down the Hive, that is definitely game, because he has taken down all the Hive tech. Okay, he's got a couple of tech buildings building in another location, but still, he took out the Ultralisk Cavern, he took out the Evo Chamber, took out the Filer Mound. Jaedong is completely without. His build was basically focused on getting a lot of econ and a lot of tech very quickly, and now he has none of it. He has been reduced to none of it. The Hive goes down. FlaSh has gotten his 3rd base up. He's getting a 4th base up at the same time. The last Evo Chamber goes down. Jaedong, everything that Jaedong invested the first part of the game in, everything that he built everything up for, has been completely destroyed in a matter of a couple minutes here. And I thought he was going to go for the island expansions. He didn't. He just went straight for the kill. He saw an opportunity, went in for it, and he did get that second Ultralisk Cavern up at the bottom of his base, and so he was able to get some Ultras out there before the Hive went down. I don't know if there's a Defiler Mound anywhere. Hopefully, no, I don't see a Defiler Mound. They haven't shown his top expansion yet. But oh my god, that's a lot of Scourge. He needs to get some Marines out to kill him off. Oh, the D Matrix is not quite enough. There's a few Marines that are going to be annoying on top of that ridge, though. But wow, that was absolutely insane. I think FlaSh is in a really superior, strong position here. All he needs to do is keep just dropping those island expansions, and you know, Jaedong's going to be able to deal with it a little bit, but he just doesn't quite have the economy at this point. He lost a lot of drones and all of his tech there. He's going to have to be rebuilding all that stuff. At least he does have, well, I was going to say he does have a lot of economy, but here comes some Eraser on one of his drone lines, and if he loses his drones as well, he's not going to have anything going for him.
Yeah, and unfortunately for Jaedong, he just doesn't have the defenses to cope right now. He's trying to pump Scourges as much out as he can, but FlaSh has just built up this large science vessel fleet. He's wiped out all the drones at that 9 o'clock expo, and Jaedong, remember, already lost all the drones in his main. He still has that natural expo running, which is now also coming under fire with the science vessels. The science vessels have moved north to take out that natural expo as well, and Jaedong just doesn't have anything to answer against this. He just cannot do it, and FlaSh is just completely destroying him here. Brilliant play by FlaSh. I have to say, that strategy, obviously that was a planned strategy by FlaSh to use the D matrix with the 2 dropships, and it paid off, because normally you see you don't really see this kind of strategy from players. You normally just see players dropping in a small squad of units with a single dropship and trying to deal some damage with them, and eventually getting taken down. But FlaSh actually, I think, managed to ferry over almost 3 full control groups of medic and marines, and that's why he was able to deal the level of damage that he was able to deal, and that's why he's now in pretty much a game-winning position as far as I'm concerned. Totally brilliant play by FlaSh, and Jaedong GG's. FlaSh takes the victory.
Wow.
Huge clutch play by FlaSh. That was brilliant, because I really thought Jaedong was in a commanding position just before that attack went in, and I think FlaSh had that one chance before Jaedong would have had lots of units out in the field of battle, and FlaSh managed to time that attack perfectly there, Moltrap.
Yeah, that was totally clutch timing there. Jaedong was in a commanding position. He had the 4 bases, and you see those girls there. They're showing them. I don't know if that was someone's girlfriend, maybe, but the HwaSeung team was behind them, looking on, looking a little bit grim. We saw GG Amo with a sad look on his face after that game. But yeah, I was really worried for FlaSh, because he had 2 bases. He didn't have any real tech units going on, and Jaedong had 4 bases, all kinds of tech, all kinds of economy. And really what I think it came down to also is that, you know, I hate to say it, but really kind of stupid Guardian move. I mean, and the video is almost up, so we'll talk about that more in Game 3, but that was amazing. GG.